coming.
I know.
Look at you. You look so brilliant.
Oh, do I?
You
With
do.
my glasses?
Okay, you look very studious and brilliant. We're going to be, wow.
Studious?
No, you look like one of those sexy librarians.
Oh,
But
thank you.
I'm not a
like
librarian.
that.
More like a, high-end film editor or something.
That's right.
It's very sophisticated look.
I like that. I like that idea. Anyway, welcome to Teach People How to Treat You. My name is Donna.
My name is Nadine. Welcome.
Yes, and today we are going to talk about female safety. Is that how we're going to say it?
Yeah.
Women's safety.
Yeah. I think that's a good way of doing it. Safety, period. Be prudent.
Yes.
That's my word. I've used it 3 times today already.
I love that
Prudent.
word. Okay.
Means very careful, cautious, think ahead.
Yes.
Before we get started, though, we just wanted to let you know out there that we are now on your TV.
Yes.
Go ahead.
It's Kojiko Cable. Yes, we are. We are on channel 23 or 700. If you are living in the Oakville or Burlington area, we are on your local TV listing. So it's quite exciting.
It is.
It just happened in the last few weeks. In fact, we just found out about it ourselves because I happened to meander onto their website and I found us.
We didn't even know. Grace and Frankie.
That's right. I had no idea. And so Nadine and I just watched it for the first time last night. So they seem to be putting a couple of our episodes together to make up a half hour of content. And yes, we are thrilled and grateful. Anyway, thank you. And if you get a chance, please tune in on TV.
Right.
Yeah.
And thank you for your continued support. So in the news, and the local news really, lately, the last few weeks, there's been an increase in daytime crime. So just speaking personally, and this hits close to home, there was a shooting at the end of my street.
In Burlington.
They said it was a targeted shooting. Nevertheless, it happened in the morning between 8:30 and 9:30. So it happened at a time that I would ordinarily have been in that exact area because there's a trail down near the bottom of the street, right? Because we're getting closer to the lake. And I would have been there walking the dog. That's the time of day when I walk the dog. That particular morning, thank goodness the universe, I had to take my daughter's car in.
Yeah. So you weren't there at that time?
I wasn't there. Yeah. So we were sitting there at the mechanics and she showed me a tweet. She said, "Mom, somebody just got shot at the bottom of our street and the assailants have fled on foot."
So
well, my heart went through the roof because my son was home. Of course, he slept through the whole thing. However,
thank God. Though.
And then on the way over here this morning, I read that a woman was sexually assaulted while walking, I guess, her toddler in his or her stroller, again on a trail in the morning. So daytime crimes, I don't know. They've always existed. In the suburbs, though, I'm speaking from personal experience. This is a second daytime, early morning crime that's happened really in broad daylight in Burlington, in the city that I live in.
It's frightening to me. And I can't even believe that these things are happening. When you first told me about the shooting, I assumed it was one of those midnight, 2 a.m. kind of events.
Right.
Not that condones it at all, but the fact that it happened at around 9 o'clock, like that's just crazy.
Yeah.
In the morning, like where people are coming and going, I can't even imagine anybody having that kind of nerve. I know that sounds crazy, but my God.
So who knows what the mindset is, and I don't even want to pretend to know. I don't understand it. I just see the facts are in the newspaper that, the crime rate is escalating in the suburbs.
Yeah.
And we need to be very, very careful when we go out. Like, you don't want to be sitting there going, "Oh, I can't walk the dog because somebody got shot
in the morning."
In the morning there yesterday. And targeted or not, they still haven't caught the people, the 2 people that shot this poor man.
Yeah. And we don't know what the outcome is either, right?
We don't know what the outcome is.
And I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, it does matter if God forbid he didn't make it. But what I mean is whether it's a minor thing or a major thing, no matter how you look at it, this is crime and we need to be concerned about it. We need to be on our guard. We need to be more aware. It's just when you hear something like this, you can't say to someone, okay, well, one way to be safe is to make sure you're out in daylight and, not walking your dog at 2 a.m. or what have you. But I don't know what to say because it seems like any time of day could be a bad time.
You're vulnerable any time of day.
Yeah.
So I remember when I taught aerobics years ago, we had a female police officer come in and speak to us about safety and the precautions we should be taking when we were leaving, the gym at late hours.
Okay.
Because there could be somebody waiting for you, and they gave us a couple of tips. And one of them that I've actually passed on to my kids is, as women, typically, if we are being assailed by a male, usually we're smaller. So if it's in an underground parking lot, they always said, roll under a car because chances are they won't be able to.
That's brilliant.
Get
under there.
Get under there and scream for your life. But I'm just going to say right now for myself, when I go to walk the dogs now, if it's, at a time of day, like early morning or even later in the evening, I don't really walk her. I'm not going on the trails because people are either at work or, they haven't started their day. Mm-hmm. I'm staying on the street in the neighborhood where there are houses around me. That way, if anything happens and I'm yelling and struggling, hopefully somebody will hear.
Yeah.
So, one of the precautions, is maybe now we go out at peak hours.
Yes. Yeah. And as you said,
and don't
stick
go by
to the
yourself.
main routes. Yeah, that was the next thing I was going to say. That if it is later, even in the evening, I don't like to go anywhere alone at all. I've always been one of those where if I've been out with a friend like yourself, and if I'm the driver, I will always wait to make sure that my friend is in the house. Absolutely, I never leave anybody outside ever.
No. So
done that.
I think, obviously law enforcement people would be better to speak to this. It's just that as a person that, literally had this happening in my own neighborhood. And now again, this morning, we would just say to anybody, not just women, anybody, kids or anything.
Yes.
If an area, even if it's a trail, is looking kind of bare, I'd avoid it. And not to say that there's somebody hiding in the bushes. It's just that if there is, don't put yourself in that situation.
Exactly. Avoid those situations. Yeah.
Try not to go out where it's super, super quiet. And, I know it's hard to do because, people like to run before they go to work. I don't know exactly. I'm just saying, keep your eyes and wits about you and don't go out by yourself if you don't have to. If you're bike riding, if you're running, if you're rollerblading, have a buddy system.
Yeah.
Going out with your kids in the strollers, walking your kids in the strollers, go with a friend.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
They're safe. There really is safety in numbers.
There is, absolutely. If you have to go out, as sometimes I do, go to Shoppers Drug Mart at 11 o'clock at night. Sometimes I do feel uncomfortable in the parking lots. They seem bare, empty. I don't know. Sometimes I just feel kind of weird about it. But I always make sure, too, though, that I park close.
Yep.
I have my keys ready.
Right.
I unlock the door right away. And as I said, it's not that I'm always concerned, but I just feel that awareness is really a wise thing. Don't be oblivious. Just be aware of your surroundings, what's going on, who's around, and just be on your guard, I guess. I hate to say that, but it's good.
Well, we have to. Like this topic has been broached a gazillion times.
Yes.
So it's not anything that we're bringing to light for the first time. It's just, to your point, Donna, it's awareness. And when it starts to hit close to home like that, I still lock my car in my driveway. I still lock my front doors and my back doors because just because you're in a good neighborhood doesn't mean that you're not
vulnerable.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
And to your point, always have your keys in your hands when you're going to the car. And the thing is, and I've been bad for this, is I will unlock my car as I'm walking towards it. Because, you have the buttons, right?
Yeah.
But when you get close to the car, is better to unlock it and then get in and then lock it right away. Women are notoriously known for sitting in their cars after we've run our errands and checking our phones, updating our bank statement.
Anything. sending emails. Yeah.
All this stuff,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And not locking the doors.
That's true too.
So little things that you can put on your checklist. We're please just want to bring that to everybody's attention again. Just to be careful, avoid isolated areas. Keep your keys in hands. And your keys in your hands can actually be used to protect you too.
Yes, I was thinking that when you were mentioning that whole thing.
Right? If you keep them in your hands and you sort of have them.
Yeah, the one. Yeah.
God forbid, we never want anything to happen. It's just that we can never let our guard down.
And that's
when we're on our own and we're not, and even we're not always in the safety of our own home. However, when you're out and about in a remote area, just try to pick your times or just avoid them. Just stay on a residential street.
Yeah, if you can. I mean, when I was younger and I lived right in Toronto, I would walk at night. When I think about it, how many times I would just walk from, oh my gosh, I want to say Front Street all the way up to College or back or something. I would walk just along, Spadina or whatever. Yeah. But I mean, the thing is, though, I will say, I always walked with purpose. Like I looked like I knew what I was doing and I looked like I belonged there and that I knew my area. That's the thing. Like know where you are. Right. And that's confidence. Right.
That is you're absolutely right about that. That is super key. If you look like you're confident and you look like you know where you're going, you're not as much of a target.
Yeah.
Great point.
All right.
Great point.
Thank
you.
So
teach yourself trust your confidence.
Yes.
We did a video on that with other details.
Exactly. We'll put the link in for you. Okay. And
just be careful. Be careful. The world is changing. We all know that. We addressed that in our last video. And however, crimes and things like this have existed for centuries. And we just want to make sure that everybody's staying out there safe and sound.
Exactly.
And keep your kids close.
That's right.
Do you remember that Eyewitness News channel that used to come out of Buffalo years ago? And
it's
they would
11 o'clock.
Do you know where your children are?
That's right. Yeah. It gives me chills actually thinking about it.
I just had goosebumps too.
So, anyway.
Okay. So on that note.
Yes, on that note, do you know where your children are?
Stay safe, everybody.